Everybody, oh my gosh, do the intro. Do the intro is hilarious. What should be the intro? Just speak. No, let's come on, guys. Let's get together, okay? Wagwan people. It's so funny. Let me tell you guys. Hello, everyone in the podcast. Hello to people on the YouTube. Hello to people on the Spotify. Hello to people live in chat. W's in the chat. That's a Drake reference if you didn't get it. In case you just think I'm out here being crazy. I'm also on a sugar rush because I'm drinking this. If you know Rubicon, for those who can't see on Spotify, Rubicon sparkling passion fruit made with real fruit juice. I don't know how real that is, but it tastes good. That's all I can say. Now, I only drink that drink here when I need a sugar rush because that drink is so sweet. Like, it just feels like diabetes when you drink it. I feel my teeth rotting, but it tastes so good. Now, what I was drinking before, if I stand up is another. Nah, you guys can imagine it. For people on the YouTube, I'll put a picture here. I was drinking a Diet Coke. Why do Diet Cokes taste like ass? They're so bad. They are so. Is there anyone in here? On live on Twitch, on the YouTube, you can put it in the comments. On the Spotify, I think Spotify has comments. Spotify is crazy. Like, I be paying for Spotify because I'm just trapped, to be honest. Spotify, any type of subscription, Spotify, YouTube. I feel like YouTube, maybe you can get over it. Hold on, my hair's doing something a bit crazy. Anyway, nah, my hair's moving bonkers. Like, people might say it's not that deep, but like, to me it's deep. Like, I don't want you to sit to the left, I want you to sit to the right. Do you get? Like, the girls get it. Like, anyway, once you're in a subscription of anything, yeah, you're actually trapped. And you know what? It's good and bad. Good because it forces you to be on your shit because you got bills to pay. So maybe before you quit that job, you start second thinking it. You're like, ooh, you pissed me off so much that I'm ready to quit right now. But, that Spotify subscription, or that Netflix subscription, or the Disney subscription, like, once you start the subscription, you're trapped. It's good for your credit if you pay it off, apparently, so I've heard. I say apparently, so I've heard, because that's what everyone seems to say. Do I know? I don't know. I ain't seen a change. I ain't felt a difference. I feel the pain when it leaves my account, but anyway. Sip. Thank you, Steph. This drink, yeah. Shout out, Steph, man. Shout out, Steph. Hold on, let me do it. None of my mods are here. And you know what? I understand. You know why? My window's open. Bloody hell, you can never get peace here. Why won't it let me shower out? Why won't it let me do it? Why won't it let me do it? Why won't it let me do it? Won't let me do it. Anyway, people aren't here right now because I was telling the Discord people, them family, if you're not in it, join it, that I'm going live soon. And Ash, we were just speaking about Ash, lovely guy. Let me not start because I get distracted. Ash was like to me, it's the Olympics opening ceremony. I'm laughing because when you told me this, I was like, ain't no way. Like, that's crazy. Because what's funny, is it just me? For people in the pod listening on Spotify, YouTube, in the Twitch, let me know. I've known more about France's mayor. Is it mayor, president, whoever's governing it right now? The mayor swimming in the lake are more than the actual Olympics. Like, I've been more concerned about these poop trails making their way into France's river and her swimming in it than the Olympics. That's the most news I've heard about. Even when I'm like, like, Alexa. She didn't turn on, praise God. But when I call her and I'm like, yo, update me, tell me about life, she don't tell me nothing about the Olympics. She doesn't whisper nothing. I feel like the Olympics have been so quiet. But can I blame it? No, because there's too much going on in the world. There's way too much going on in the world right now. Anyway, what the fuck were we saying? It's a myth, Greek mythology. Okay, bet. Because I was like, is he real? Like, is he proven to be real? There might be some science behind it, but anyway, yeah, coming back to it. Everyone does this. We tend to cater to people who we're around. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's not like we're a chameleon. You just know who to do. You know what vibe to go on with certain people. Do you know what I mean? And that's English is not my first language. It's actually Chinese. Anyway, coming back to it. And I mentioned this because I was talking about Twitch. I feel like y'all see the realest version of me, which some people will be like, that's not really true because you're in front of a camera and you're an actress, so you might just be stunting. Not really. People be like, huh, you're an actress? Are you acting right now? Put that joke in the back and don't bring it out again. Put that joke inside the bag, lock it up, zip it up, throw it into the river, and then if you bring it up again, you go into the river with it. Because no. Acting is a full-time job, and baby, I love my job, but I need to take breaks. I need to check out at times. So I'm checking out right now. So I feel like y'all see the realest version of me because I just be myself. But only because, right? Only because there's no one physically present for me to cater to. Do you know what I mean? I hope that makes sense. And you know what? I feel like it does. I feel like you were talking about feelings. Thank you. I feel like it does. Anyway, I was giggling when he told me about the Olympics, Ash, in the Discord. I was giggling because so I was like, oh no way, let me go on YouTube. So I went on the YouTube and I went on the YouTube. Let me keep the chat open. I'll just dim it. Maybe that will stop me getting distracted. So I went on the YouTube. I Googled Olympics opening ceremony. I went there. The image I was seeing was not very interesting. It was just a bunch of people shaking hands at a red carpet. I said, great. Like, what part of me was supposed to care? But then it was the comments for me. Someone said... I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. And guys, let me just say what it was. Someone put a poll and was like, should India someone put a poll in the comments and they were like, should India host the next Olympics? And over 50% said no. And I'm laughing. Nothing against India. India's a beautiful country. But I'm laughing because I'm thinking, what did India do to you? I'm like, what did India do to you? Like, so many people just say, no. What that word? I was like, what? Like, give these countries more tourism, like, let's help the economy of these countries, even though India, as a government, would have to spend a lot of money to host the Olympics. But, let's give them their time. I don't even know if they've ever hosted, but everyone just said no. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a part of everyone, but I said no. I said no because I thought no one else was gonna say no. So I was like, for giggles, let's say no. Then I was like, over 50%. Over 50% is crazy. It is crazy. What are the countries that have hosted the Olympics? Alexa, what countries have hosted the Olympics?
Here's something I found on World Atlas. Countries that have hosted the Olympic Games include Greece, France, the United States,
US,
the United Kingdom,
UK,
Sweden, and
Belgium. So it's giving majority of Europe. I don't know if Greece is a part of Europe. Sorry, my geography sucks. I don't know if Greece is a part of Europe. I feel like it is, but I'm not sure. So majority of Europe and the US. That's a bit unfair. When are we branching out? When are we sharing? When are we sharing and caring with the world? Anyway. For today's pod, like I said, my ADHD tendencies, and I say for anyone new here, for anyone who doesn't know, I say tendencies because I'm not diagnosed with ADHD, and I think everyone's on the spectrum somewhere, honestly, and everyone says that, but I actually firmly believe in it. I believe everyone's firmly on the spectrum somewhere, but English, hello. I'd be like, mine isn't that bad, whereas it's affecting my daily life and my house and going like how I maneuver. So I'd just be like, I have the tendencies. It's a part of my personality. I am who I am. Anyway, so we have an agenda again because you know me, I get lost, I get scatterbrained, and I get so excited. I just want to talk to you guys about everything. But we can't do that. We can't do that because we'll be here forever. And last time I dropped a 1 hour freaking video, and I don't even know if people were liking that because some people can listen to a 1 hour video. I can. I'll be cooking in the kitchen. I'll be chopping up my onions, seasoning my meat, doing what I gotta do, cooking my pasta, whatever. And be listening to a 1 hour video. I like videos like that personally, but I don't know if people do. So I was like, maybe we'll drop a half an hour one. With the way it's going, I don't think that's gonna happen. Anyway, there was so much I wanted to talk to you guys about today. And the reason I'm folding up this agenda is because I feel like when I plan things out, sometimes it's good. But when I plan things out, sometimes it's bad. Bad in a sense of, I feel like it constrains me. Okay, let's be specific on planning, because planning is good. When it comes to planning your future, planning goals, it's good. But I also do feel like there should be some type of free flow. And I feel like with this podcast, I like to talk from things from my heart. Now, the beginning of this podcast, like episode 1, haven't been watching the streams much lately, so I want to cheer. Aww, thank you. You ain't got to, but I appreciate you nonetheless, and it's okay. It's not about how many times you're here, it's just you being here. I appreciate that, so thank you. Right, let me run away from chat because Spotify people will be like, what the frick is going on over there? Anyway, when it comes to the podcast, I want to talk about things from my heart. I want to talk about things that I'm passionate about. So, episode 1, we started with, we were coming on smoke of love. We were coming on the smoke of love. I was slapping myself in the face and I was splashing water on the faces of those who needed to be woken up. Because we can't keep saying, we want to be this person, we want to be this, you want to own a Benz, you want this, you want to make sure your family's good, you want to break generational curses, and you ain't doing niche about it. That's a direct at whoever feels directed at, and to my damn self. So episode 1 was very much about that. Episode 2, I was just having so many topics running through my mind, being like, I was going to talk about victimizing, the cards were being dealt in life, how, you know, how you started life isn't your fault, but how you continue is, and you can't keep crying in bed about, the world did me wrong, I never had good people. What just came up? Something just came up and it went over my head. Oh my gosh, thank you, Vic. Appreciate you. Thank you for the bits. Oh, I was like, what was that? What was that? There we go. Sound late as fuck. Appreciate you, Vic. Oh, we love Vic. I need to get you bits badges. Glovo. Shout out to Glovo. He reminded me. Right, I'm holding this. Right. But can I keep it real with you guys? Can I keep it real? Anxiety is a bitch. Anxiety is a bitch. And I'm not saying that. Vic will know because we went to go watch Inside Out 2. Not just the two of us. That would be very weird. He's a minor. It was me, his brother, and his sister. And y'all know, me and Clover are best friends. So that's how that works out. But we went to go watch Inside Out 2, right? And it's mostly based on anxiety. If you don't know Inside Out 2 or Inside, it's basically a cartoon with emotions inside your head talking, basically. And I can't lie, at first I was like, I ain't even into cartoons. Like, and for anyone being like, but you watch anime. Anime is not a cartoon. Like, oh my gosh, the way I want to strangle people each time they say that. And when they be like, oh my God, my friend texted me this, yeah. And I thought she was talking about anime because she was like, oh my gosh, the acting's so good, you would think they were real. And I was like, I love her to bits. I was like, she doesn't know how much this pisses me the fuck off. Because I'm like, fuck you mean? It almost feels real. Anime is, the acting and the story is as real as it gets. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, she wasn't even talking about anime. That was my brain jumping to conclusion. I was like, you can open the damn text before you start getting heated for nothing. Then I opened the text and she was talking about something else. I was like, praise God. Praise God. Anyway, Inside Out 2 is about anxiety. So in the first one, it started off with simple emotions because the girl was young. It goes from when she's a baby to a kid. I'm gonna say kid. I know teenagers are still kids, but yeah, kid. So Inside Out 1 was about the emotions joy, which was the main one. That was like the boss. I'm the alpha. That TikTok makes me cringe and laugh to this day. Joy, happiness, disgust, anger, fear. I think those, and sadness. Those were the main guys. Then as she starts going into teenagehood, you know, she hits puberty, which is like the big, you know, we here. That's not a spoiler because it's in the first one. Anyway, hits puberty and you get these new emotions like anxiety and embarrassment and ennui, which is basically boredom. I don't know what that translates into in French. Ennui. Someone let me know. But you have ennui. And you have envy. Envy was cute. she was giving wanting to be a main side character, but really just faded into the background and we forgot about you, sis, respectfully. But I bring all of this up because it portrayed anxiety so well. And the developers of Inside Out 2, I just want to clap it up for them. I really want to clap it up for them because they did well. They made me hate anxiety. They made me want to whoop anxiety's ass. They made me want to grab anxiety by the neck and let her know what's what. And why I clap it up for them in that retrospect is because whenever I feel anxious now, not complete. Look at this hair, black girl hair. Never want to listen. Always want to stick up in the wrong direction. Like, just be with the family. Just stay still. Keep down. Anyway, why I clap it up for them is because I was feeling anxiety about the podcast. Still am. Currently and before. And probably will do in the future. But I was feeling anxious about it. And then it just reminded me of anxiety from the movie. And I said, you know what, anxiety inside me? I'm not even trying to hear you right now because the way you were pissing me off in that film, I don't want to hear you. I want to smell you. Just move away from me. I started thinking about something else. Right? And that was working for a little bit. For a little bit. Because if you watch the movie, you know that anxiety is incredibly overwhelming. And let me tell you, watching the film made me realize how much I don't like anxiety. I don't like anxiety, not only because of how it feels, because it feels like shit, but how I watch it affect people I love and care about. Yeah. I'm not gonna overly speak in that because it's not my business to share, but I've seen it in multiple friendships, how much anxiety controls people's life, and it's just not fair. Oh my gosh, I'm an emotional goofball. I don't know about the goof part, but emotional, yeah. Guys, I've been so emotional lately, and I just don't know if it's just my womanly hormones womaning. But I also love it, even though some people will be like, oh my gosh, are you okay? Like, ma'am, do you need a seat? Do you need some tissue? Do you need some air? I love it because I'm becoming more in touch with my emotions. And if you remember in episode 1, when I said we are building into the higher version of ourselves, I said, write it up. Write up your schedule. Write up who do you want to be, how will you get there, etc, etc, etc. A part of who do I want to be is I want to be kind, but I also want to be someone who's in touch with their emotions. I want to be vulnerable. So, as you can see, we're making progress. I'm laughing because why are we just a mess all over the gaff? But as you can see, we're making progress. I love that, and my hair does not love me because look at it, stream. This is like, oh my gosh. Anyway, yeah, fuck anxiety, respectfully. And I'm sorry for the kids out hearing this. Please don't listen to me. For kids, cover your ears for 5 seconds. Fuck anxiety. I'm gonna whoop your ass. Okay, I wouldn't do it if you are a person because that's different. But you know, if you show yourself in the form of a pillow, best believe. Make. Anyway, so I was feeling anxious about the podcast. I can't lie. I was like, fuck, did I fuck up by putting it on a Friday? That leaves so much time in between for me to just be overthinking, because one way for me to overcome overthinking is just by doing it. Like, as soon as I say, okay, cool, I want to do this, before I let the overthinking seep in and the anxiety crawl in with it, I just do it. I do it because now it's gone. So even if the anxiety and the overthinking come, it's too late. I've already put myself out there. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? But now I got the update from them. I know what they can do. They can make me feel anxious about doing episode 2. Because I was like, I don't even know. It's like I'm trying to bring up what the frick they were making me stop. Like how they were stopping my grind. But it's not more so what it said. It's more so how it made me feel. And I was just like, it just makes you feel like you're not worthy or good enough to be doing the things you want to do. And it's like, sis, and I'm talking to anxiety right now. Anxiety, I don't even want to call you sister. I don't want to be related to you. But we are related because you stuck with me. But I can't feed into that. I can't listen to that. If I want to be the next higher elevated version of myself, if I want to go to the places I want to go to, if I want to look after my family and set them up in life the way I say I want to, I can't waste my time being distracted by you and your boop. Sorry kids. By your nonsense. Anyway, anxiety, the reason I mentioned that in the first place, see what I mean? The ADHD tendencies. Let me come off this screen because it's just distracting me. ADHD tendencies was a distraction. Then it made me think, the distraction, what stops us from being our higher selves? Now, I told y'all I have a schedule and I'm going to keep it real. I told you on this podcast, I will keep it real. Have I been sticking to the schedule? Yes, I know. Yes, I know. And here is where you might be like, Tegan, what the fuck? You're supposed to be the example. You're supposed to be setting pace so we can follow. Fuck you mean you ain't been sticking to your schedule? Again, children, I'm sorry. Children, I'm sorry. Fuck you. I mean, Fluffy, you mean you ain't been sticking to your schedule? You know? Let me tell you something. And let me tell you something. I just discovered this before the pod began. You see, you can learn something new every day. Being your higher self, you're not going to do it overnight. Now, I didn't discover that before the pod began. We're getting into it. Being your higher self, making any changes, trying to be a different person and level up to be the person you want to be is not going to happen overnight. How does it happen? You have to break old habits and make new ones. You need to do things out of your comfort zone. You need to do things that you wouldn't normally do because the normal you're living in isn't who you want to be. Do you get? Okay, boom. Okay, Tegan, you say that, but you didn't stick to your schedule. Okay, I've heard you. Just relax. Just take it easy, man. Take it easy. Oh, wait, okay. No, you're right. You're right. I didn't stick to the schedule. I did though. The birds outside are really loud, but can I fight nature? I mean, we could. No, we're not. We're not gonna throw hands with a bird, guys. Come on, you can't do that. You can't do that. Anyway, did I stick to the schedule? Yes or no? Yes being, there are going to be times in your new journey where you're going to trip up. There are going to be times in your new journey where you're not going to stick to the plans and goals you said you're going to do. You're going to be like, fuck, sorry, kids, children, hey, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? There are going to be times you're going to fluff up, yeah? There are going to be times during your journey, I've got an itch on my eyebrow. Bloody hell. I was tapping it, telling it to relax, but it's not relaxing. Bloody hell, mate. That's a stolen lime. If you live in the ends, you know. If you live in the ends, you know. And I don't know, in the US, do you guys have limes? I feel like I've seen limes in the US. Am I bugging? But y'all in the US, do you get that reference about a stolen lime? But my UK law, I know you know. And especially if you live in the ends, you know the sound of a stolen lime. You just know. Oh my gosh, this eyebrow itch needs to absolutely fluff off because we got things to do. Goddamn. Anyway, coming back to it. There are going to be times on your journey and your promises you've made to yourself where you're going to trip, where you're going to fall. Oh my God. Is there a bug on my face? Like, why are you itchy? Can you relax? It is never that serious. Right, we're going to pursue on because I can't come and kill myself over the eyebrow. Like, what can I do? To repeat myself for the 100th time, there are going to be times where you trip and fall. But you know how you're going to change? You know how you're actually going to reach that higher level of yourself? You're going to get up and keep going. Tegan, how do you know that? Tegan, what? You didn't even get over the first hurdle. Yes, I did. Because listen, my schedule says I start at 6 a.m. And you know what? During the week, I did. During the week, I actually did stick to my schedule. Have you know? And yeah, there were some days in where I slept in. Yeah, I might have woken up at 8. I might have woken up at 2. Listen. But what did I do? I went back to the schedule. I was like, wherever I am, what's the time? 8 a.m. What am I supposed to be doing? Emailing agents, actor stuff. Boom. Get on it. See, the way for you to be the person you want to be is don't be discouraged by your failures. Ooh. I just be spitting out the quotes and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm a poet. I'm a poet. Vic, we're in the middle of a pod. What do you mean prank call? There was this one time my school did a whole assembly about stealing what? Stealing limes? Listen, Vic, I'm going to write down the prank call thing, but we're in the middle of a pod. So you wait there. You wait there. Wait there. And yeah, I found out my brother was also not even a culprit, a villain of stealing lives. But going back to the pod, sorry guys. See what I mean? The tendencies. You need to get up. Do not be discouraged by your failures. See, the way you're actually going to change is in the habit. Here's a habit that we have. We, or some of us may have. Once you meet the first failure, you tend to just be like, fuck, I guess this isn't for me then. I guess this isn't working out. Don't worry, I've been there. Don't worry. Sometimes I'm still there. Sometimes I'm still there, yeah. Sometimes when you meet the first failure, you're like, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe it just means it's not supposed to be. And then you just fall back into your old routine. No. Get up. Get up now. I did that in episode 1. You need to get up. You need to keep going. And even when, like today, I can't lie, today, I woke up mad late. And I felt like shit. I felt like shit. Why? Someone might be like, it's not that deep, Tegan, and you were streaming till the AMs. Okay, there's not people who say that. It's the excuses I come up for myself. You get? Like, old me will come up with excuses to make me feel better. No more excuses. Sit in that shitness. So I sat in it. And I'm still sitting in it right now. I woke up late. I didn't wake up on time with my schedule, and it upset me. It upset me, but I let the feeling resonate with me, because that feeling is gonna be how I keep going. That feeling is gonna be a reminder. When I'm looking at my alarm clock going off in the morning, and when I roll over to close my eyes and go back to sleep, they're gonna open again to be like, is this really what you want to do? Because you know how you're gonna feel about it. You know how it fucks up your day. Is this really what you... And then I'm gonna get tired of nagging myself and get up. That's how it's gonna be. So don't be discouraged. Stick to your schedule, stick to your plans, stick to what you promised yourself you're going to do. And when you fall, get back up. Get back up, and it's going to be okay. Don't sit there beating yourself up. You know, I tend to beat myself up a little bit more because, like I said in episode 1, I'm harsh on myself. I am. And if you want me to be harsh on you too, I could, but I've also got a heart where I could struggle with that. I could struggle with that, but I will keep it real. Sit in the shitness, remember the feeling, so it can motivate you to do better. But that doesn't work for everyone. Remember what I said in episode 1. Take what's for you and leave what's not for you. You get? This could motivate some people, and this might demotivate some people. You just gotta remix it to accommodate you. Do you get? Right, let me take a peek in chat. I can't believe this guy told me to do a prank call in the middle of pod. Pod, would you ever want to like hear that stuff? Because usually I just do it for... Nothing happened. Nice drink. Right. Oh, playing around with my mic. I'm looking at the agenda. Hey, I'm looking at the agenda. Right, check in. I checked in with people on Twitch, people on Poddy. How are you doing? Are you okay? Did you manage to at least get some of your goals done today? Remember how we said make a list? I said make 2 lists, right? I said, what do I want and who do I want to be? Okay, then there's another piece of paper. What do I want, and aka things to do towards it? One thing for me is I want to be an established, successful actor. Okay, cool. How will I get there? I need an agent. Okay, cool. What do I need to do to get an agent? I've been on my shit and I've been doing that this week. Have you at least done one of those things this week? Have you at least done one of those things that work towards who you want to be? We could do a lot of those things in a day. Yes. And that's the striving goal. That's the end goal. That's who I want to be anyway. The birds are going crazy. That's who I want to be anyway. I want to be able to do so many things that work towards who I want to be in a day, right? But we are transitioning. And in a transition, it's okay. We're going to take our time, but not be slow with it. Take our time, but that's not an excuse to take all the time in the world. No. Take our time means do what you gotta do, and however long that takes to do it, do it. Do you know what I mean? Taking your time means that. Taking your time doesn't mean, oh, you know, I gotta write an email today. Oh, I'm gonna take the whole day to do it. No. No, because the thing is, right, here's how I be checking myself, because there was this one time, not even one time, two times in my 3rd year of university. I knew I had an essay done. This essay was not 1,500. It was more. I don't remember how much more, but I know it was significantly more to make the class scream, right? Boom. I knew this essay was coming. I even asked about it. I made my little notes about what needs to be done for it, this and this and this, like asking the teachers, cool, what do you actually want? Because here's the thing, a lot of university teachers, no shade, no game. I don't even know if that's the same, but that's the same we're using. A lot of these university teachers will tell you, this is the essay, and then will tell me, this is not the essay. I'll be like, what? That happened once? I was so pissed off. The teacher was looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, I'm not crazy, because you didn't put what the fuck this essay was about in the beginning. You told us it was about freaking what our films are going to be about. Now you're turning around to tell me what the essay is really about is the research behind the films. I would have put more effort into research. And he told us that a week before. Anyway, my point is, yeah, with the essays, I got this essay, and for once in 3rd year, in the 2nd term of 3rd year, not the first, because first was a mess. In the 2nd term of 3rd year, they were very clear about what was needed to be done for it. I had all the information. All I needed to do was sit down and do it. I didn't do it. I didn't sit down and do it. And I knew I could do it. I'm very capable of doing it. And I knew if I had more time to do it, I would do better than I know what I think I could do. But I didn't do it. I didn't do it until... Excuse me, a little burp. I didn't do it until the night before. I did not do it until the night before. I was stressing. I stayed, stressing. Yeah, I guess I was stressing, because it's like, you know, when you're up in the AMs and you're just so tired, all you want to do is sleep, and you can't, because you've got a deadline to meet. And it's not a thing of, should I just fuck it and, you know, get 5% off? That 5% could make a lot of a difference. So here I was in the library for this essay. I think I was with Clover. Me and Clover were in the library. We're in the library grinding out this essay, grinding out. And you know what? I will tell you guys, I did very well on that essay. Praise God. I did very well. I got a first. Very happy about that. I got a first on this essay. And it's like, it did not need to be done like that. I'm not gonna lie, it was leading somewhere and I completely forgot. Now it just seems like I just said all of that to flex. It wasn't a flex. It wasn't a flex. My mind just fucking blanked. My mind just blanked the fuck out. I started thinking about how no one wanted India to host the Olympics. Guys, what? No, I'm back. I was basically saying, look how quick I did that essay. Now, imagine if I did that essay earlier, I managed to do other shit. But no, because I didn't do the essay earlier, all I did was stressing about when I was going to do the essay, did the essay, and then I'm exhausted, I'm this and this and this. Could have done the essay earlier and put that energy for the essay into other things. If I did that essay in a day, let's say if I actually did that essay in a day, like not in a whole day, but in some point of time in the day, I did that essay and I did other things with the same amount of energy I put into that essay. So emailing, maybe I do a mini monologue, maybe I do a duologue. If I did so many other things in that day, how much could that have benefited my life? What I mean to say is, do what you need to do to contribute towards your success, however long it takes, okay? However long it takes. But do not go for a stroll in the park with your head in the clouds, being like, oh, I'm working towards it, so it's fine, I'm working towards it, but it's fine. I said this in episode 1, I'll say it in episode 2. When do you want your success? Now, work harder. That's it. Right, I feel like my mind's blanking out for so many reasons. But yeah, that was episode 2. I don't even feel like, oh my gosh, I didn't even get into... Now, we can get into it quickly. I've been having signs, like life signs, like, how do I explain it? Not like mini signs, but a big personality shift change sign in life lately, right? Let me explain. When I started this year, so 1st of January, 1st of January of 2024, I went into it praying. Oh my gosh, I went into it alone actually. Oh my gosh, that sounds kind of sad. Guys, don't feel sad for me. My family went to visit my grandma, and I didn't go with them because she has no Wi-Fi and the sleeping accommodation was just horrible. And not horrible, there just wasn't horrible sounds so mean, sorry granny. Basically there wasn't enough space for everyone to sleep, and I had an essay due on the 4th of January, and it was a very important essay, and I was just like, guys, I'm sorry, I can't come. So I did New Year's alone. But that's okay because this is when I was in the peak of my religion with God. So I wanted to go into it praying. I wanted to go into it just completely on my own vibe, own essence. So it was fine. Also had some friends invite me around to theirs. Shout out Clover. Appreciate it. Cool. So beginning of January, on my journey with Christ, I've just really been studying how to get closer to God, what I need to do and what's required of me, and just how to live more in the way of Christ. Let me tell y'all something. The biggest lesson I feel God speaking to me even right now. I just feel the weight of his words on me, because it's like, I know this is what I need to work towards, and God, I'm trying. I am trying, and I pray that he can see my efforts, and I pray that he can just help me through it all. But the biggest lesson and biggest thing I need to not work over, what's the word? What's the English term? What I need to work through right now is forgiveness. Hey, forgiveness is hard. Forgiveness is so hard. Now, beginning of January, I thought about this. I also tried to right any wrongs I did. Overcome. Thank you. Yes. Wait, overcome forgiveness? Overcome not forgiving? What's the sentence? I don't know. But so when I figured it out, 1st of January, I tried to right any wrongs I felt I did. So I remember I reached out to this one friend where I don't know what was wrong with me. You know, when it comes to the new year, right? And people be like, new year, new me, anyone who's not for me, that's childish. Like, what do you mean, like, just cut off everyone and just step into the new year? It's just something we used to do in secondary school, and I just wasn't ramping with it anymore. But I don't know why 2023 coming into 2024, I was on that vibe. I cut off like 2 people who were close to me like that, because I just didn't want to hear it. I was being selfish, which I was never very much a selfish person, because I was very much selfless, but I was so selfless to the point I was giving away parts of me. And at that point, I had just had enough. I had enough. So I was like, you know what? These 2 people in my ear right now were pissing me off. These 2 people in my ear right now were just driving me at that moment in time, because I was so sensitive to like people just taking, were just driving me nuts. So I said, be gone. Be gone. And the way I did it was just horrible. Again, no shade, no game. We gotta admit our shit. And this is where I'm telling you guys, I'm gonna keep it 100. The way I did it was just not nice. It wasn't like I went up being, it just wasn't nice. Like, ain't even gonna describe it. It wasn't kind, it wasn't nice. Even though there was a point in what I was saying, but that's not the way to say it. Not to a friend. It just wasn't kind. It wasn't coming from a place of love. Like, it was not it. Like, it's not even a joke. I kiki about small parts of it, in a sense of sometimes I'm just such like, you know how girls say like, you're so mandem, in a sense of when mandem see a paragraph and they be like, hi dads, here to support the best. Appreciate you. Hope your day's been good. Just doing podding with tea, wrapping up on the last topic. But you know how people be like, let's say mandem see a paragraph and they'd be like, lol, not reading all that, but okay. It's not funny, but that's what I did. I was just like, I just wasn't trying to hit anyone out. I was just so stubborn. And then as I was going through my journey with Christ, I was just like, that's just not kind. And it was just weighing on my heart. It was weighing too heavy on my heart. And I felt so bad, so guilty, as I should. I should feel bad and I should feel guilty. I just felt so bad, so guilty. And it's like, I didn't even feel comfortable, getting closer to Christ, knowing that I had done these certain things. So I had to go right my wrongs. I had to put on my big girl panties and right my wrongs. I reached out to those who I needed to reach out to. Well, just the 2. I reached out to them. I apologized. Friendships were mended and friendships were letting go. Some of them needed to be let it go. English is really not my first language. Bloody hell. I go to boarding school for like three years, and all of a sudden my English is just breaking. It's breaking. Breaking. Dad's official. How was your day? How's life been treating you? I hope it's been treating you good. But yeah, man, I had to admit my shit. I was in the wrong. There was no... When I'm in the wrong as well, it doesn't matter what others have done to wrong me. I'm in the wrong, period. I don't care what others have done to wrong me. When I'm in the wrong, like, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. So I had to put on my big girl panties and go and apologize. And yeah. Forgiveness, right? The Lord has been speaking to me, and he's been speaking to me about forgiveness. Now, January, February, I've been remembering the lesson. Now life starts to life. So those promises you made to God, you start to forget them a little bit. Not forget, but they start going to the back of your mind, right? Again, with my schedule, guys, I told you I'll wake up at 6 a.m. You know, the aim is to wake up at 6 a.m. and do everything I said to do. With my 6 a.m. wake up comes with prayer and Bible study. Cool. So I was doing my Bible study. Was it yesterday? It might have been yesterday. I was doing my Bible study. And, you know, like I said, I made that promise in January. Yeah, I'm going into my phone because I want to read to you guys what God just dropped on my forehead. So I made this promise in January that I will embark on the journey of forgiveness. I will try to turn the other cheek. And if someone slaps me, that's what he says. When someone slaps you, don't try it in real life. Listen, it's a metaphor. If you slap me in real life, God, I'm trying. I'm trying to be like, God, I'll forgive. But in that moment, please forgive me for what I might do. But I'm on the journey. Innit? Anyway. So, yeah. So, that journey of forgiveness was focused on it, trying to right my wrongs and just trying to be more forgiving in a sense of someone's really pissed me off. I am human. I'm still going to go through my emotions. But let me just go calm down. Let me go calm down. Once I've calmed down, then I'm more in a forgiving state. Whether or not we talk it out and resolve it, I need to forgive you on my end, to let go and let God. Okay? As we continue through life started lifing, and we started to forget our promises. We started to forget. I'm sorry, I'm only human, and God, please forgive me. I pray all the time. I tell him to forgive me. I don't tell him to forgive me. I ask for forgiveness. Whoa, because I can't tell God what to do. Anyway, so I forgot my pack of forgiveness. I forgot. Was there anyone... See, I just asked myself the question of, was there anyone or any life situations to remind me of my pack of forgiveness? I'm supposed to keep it real, right? I'm supposed to keep it honest, right? I made a promise to you guys that I would keep it honest and real. Yeah. That was one. There was one situation which I think hurt me the most this year. And we're still going through the year. It was a big situation, which I'm not going to talk about because it contains way too many people. Way too many people. And it was a lot. It was emotionally a lot, mentally a lot, and just, I just, a lot of things that happened were, you know, I talk in my accent. And, you know, I do this when I'm talking about serious things because if you don't laugh, you'll cry. There were things that happened were a shock to my system. I just couldn't bloody believe I just couldn't bloody believe what the blooming heck was going on. I just could not believe my eyes. So yeah, that situation was a perfect opportunity to practice the art of forgiveness. Was it practiced? Sorry, let me say that again because English fucked up. Was it practiced though? Was it practiced? Was it practiced? Okay, Tegan, let's be real. Was it practiced? No. God, I'm sorry. It was not. It was not practiced. Forgiveness is hard, bro. It's so hard. It's so hard to forgive those who have really hurt you. So hard. But then if I think about my religion, if I think about the man who I serve, I'm here saying it's really hard to forgive those who have really hurt you. Look at the amount of people that hurt him. Look at the people who literally hanged him up to die. And he still forgave each and every one of them. And here I am saying, I can't forgive this person because they were a deep friend of mine and they hurt my feelings. Here I am saying I can't do that, but it's a journey. Hello, Diebells Live. Hello. How do I say your name? X and Ebles? Bells Live. Hello. Welcome to Podding with T. This is my podcast segment. I do it live on Twitch, and then I drop the VOD and the audio on Spotify at 6 p.m. Shandai Bells. Am I saying that right? What is the X sound? X. Oh. Steph, did you hug yourself? Oh, bless. Yes, Shandai Bells. Welcome in. Where you from? How's your day going? Steph, I'm not sure if that hug was for me, but I'll receive it. Thank you. But yeah, forgiveness is hard. And God knows I'm trying. I'm really trying to practice. Anyway, I bring this up, right? Oh, thank you, Steph. I needed that. Thank you. That's why, who was it? I think it was Ash. Not Ash. It was... No, short-term memory. Don't do this because he owns 120 praying mantis. It begins with S. Oh, no, I'm going to be upset because he's in our Discord and he owns 120 praying mantises. He has cats. He owns Geckoed. Some guy, there we go. When some guy was like, oh, Tegan, you're so nice. I was like, thank you. Like, I'm glad that people have that opinion of me, but then I don't really think of myself... The streets. I don't really think of myself as the nicest, kindest person because here I am struggling to forgive. Anyway, what provoked this, right? And how life was giving me the signs is because, you know, when you just start thinking of someone randomly out the blue. And let me tell you why forgiveness is important, because someone might be caring and be like, Tegan, if it's making you feel like this, like, forget about forgiveness. Just let it go. Like, forgiveness isn't important. You think it's going to change anyone else's day if you forgive them or not. They don't care. And you might be right. You might be right. Someone might not give a damn. They might not give a toss about whether Tegan has forgiven them. And someone might be like, oh, why do you think you're so up there to think, yeah, your forgiveness matters to people? It honestly doesn't matter. It doesn't. But it's just for yourself. And why I encourage others. Even though I'm here struggling, I do encourage people. Go and forgive people. And I know you might be like, but Tegan, you don't know what situations I've been in. You don't know what they did to me. I hear you. But forgiveness isn't about the other person. It's about you. Because even if you say, I don't need to forgive them, but I just don't care for them, I ain't got love for them, you've got a feeling of resentment in your heart. There's something that's still attached to you. And it's going to continue to be attached to you. Whether you talk about the situation, whether you don't talk about the situation again, whether it never comes up, it's still lingering in you. Because let's say that person's mentioned, you're automatically going to have a feeling of, do you know what I mean? You need to forgive so you can truly let go. Anyway, I was doing my Bible study, right? I got my Bible and I've got the Action Bible. So, right. So in the Action Bible, yeah, I don't know if Jesus said this, but in the Action Bible, it's saying he said this. I took a picture of it. The Action Bible is over there. That thing over there. Nope. Yes, on my two Bibles over there. So I took a picture of this one, right? Because I was like, oh, this is a great quote. I'm going to keep this and try to use it in life. This is how it started. So it was, you must become as trusting and as innocent as this child is. Welcome a little child like this in my name. Because he was talking to his disciples about, his disciples are being like, when do I get to sit next to Jesus? Jesus, you're trying to be my best friend. Jesus. He was like, you need to be as trusting and as innocent as this child, right? I was like, cool. Took a picture of it because I was like, cool, this is something I'll try to embody in my life and try to, truly understand this message. Hey, when I turned the page, He slapped me in the face, not literally because, but he hit me with facts. You know when you get hit with facts and you're just like, damn. He started hitting me with the facts. Because then he went on to say, if a person sins against you, don't wait for him to apologize. When I read that sentence, I was like, bro, this is for me. This is like, when you're like, God, please give me a sign. God, like, I just want God to speak to me. And when he speaks to you, you're like, damn, there's a little part of you that's like, I'm just being human. I'm going to keep it real. I'm being human. There's a little part of you that goes, I wish I didn't receive this message. God, I'm grateful that I'm grateful. Because you're like, damn. Because he said, if a person sins against you, don't wait for him to apologize. That debunks my whole way of life. Because if someone does me wrong, I'm not shouting at that person. I'm not. You have to find me. You have to come and find me. I'm not shouting them. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. Ew. I got a lip gloss line. My bad. Sorry, guys. It was feeling ugly, so I felt like it looked ugly, and I was right. It did. Anyway, when I read that first sentence, I said, yeah, God's really talking to me right now. Like, he's not even... have you guys heard this meme? Don't talk to me through the corners. Talk to me direct. God was speaking to me direct. He said, you come here. This is the message. And the message was, if a person sins against you, don't wait for him to apologize. What do? I always wait for an apology. Or I just avoid them till I can uncalm. I avoid the heck out of them because I'm like, why am I going to come to you? You wronged me. That's what I be on. But on this journey of forgiveness, he says, don't wait for them to apologize. Then he goes on to say in the same sentence bubble, go talk to the person. If he listens, you will have made a friend. Cool. Now, what the disciple replied with is exactly what I would have said. He said, how many times should I forgive someone who hurts me? 7 times. That's what the disciple said. Because that's exactly what I'm thinking. Because sometimes with friends or acquaintances or just whoever, you might sit them down and you talk to them again and again and again, and they do the same mistake over and over again. And it's like, how many times can I speak to you until we move past? How many times can I speak to you until this stops being a thing? So what the disciple said is what I would have said. Jesus goes on to say, no, not 7 times. I was like, okay, cool. When he said no, not 7 times, I was like, okay, maybe there is a time limit. He then goes on to say, but 77 times. He said, no, not 7 times, but 77 times. Don't even keep track. Just keep forgiving. He says, don't even keep track. Just keep forgiving. And when I turned this page, I said, this is exactly where I'm meant to be in life. Because this message is hitting home. Hitting home. Yeah, man. I mentioned this because that's the sign I've been getting lately. It's not even a sign, it's the reminder. It's reminding me of the promise I made to God. And through my journey of forgiveness, there we go. I wanted to structure that sentence correctly. Through my journey of forgiveness, then can we truly reach our higher selves. Do you get? I said the person who I want to be is caring, is kind. Forgiveness comes with that. Because it's got to be a struggle to be kind when you still have lurking, unresolved feelings within you. And let me tell you, forgiveness is not easy. Forgiveness is not easy because sometimes when it comes to forgiveness, it comes deeper than that. Some of you guys in here, some of you guys in your walks of life, you might have been through certain situations with certain individuals, family or non-related friends or whoever, that just feel like this is way past forgiveness. And you know what? I hear it. I do hear it. Even though I can't go against God's message. I can't though. He advocates forgiveness. You need to find a way. Or pray on it. If you feel like you're really, really struggling to forgive someone, like I am, pray on it. Pray on it, and give it to God. Give it to God. And there's some people I'm like, I understand if they can't forgive someone. Like, I'm sorry, God. I'm not going against them. But like, let's say, for example, people whose children have been in a shooting. or it's been in a school shoot. I understand if they can't forgive the school shooter. At that point, it's like, you just have to give it to God. But yeah, man, that's wrapping up the pod. We spoke about a lot today. Episode 3 will be next week Friday. I'm doing Fridays right now. We're gonna see how it goes. Only because Friday and Monday, that's a short turnover to get the podcast ready and the YouTube video ready. But I feel like it will be okay. It's okay for now because those tend to be my most free days anyway over the weekend. So yeah, next week Friday, 6 or 7 p.m. will be episode 3 of the pod. Anything you want to talk about, let me know. We might have our first guest. Oh yeah, I've been having people come on saying, oh yeah, like, you know, bring me out, whatever. And these are cool people. These are people I actually like. And even when it comes to bringing people on, of course, I want to bring on different types of people so we have different opinions, because y'all can't just hear me for the rest of your lives. I mean, you could. I'm not mad at it. Are you mad at it? Because I'm not mad at it. But I think it's also good to like widen our horizon of perspectives. It's good to know different perspectives in life. So we will have people on, and episode 3 might be our first collab with someone you know or someone you don't know. Ooh. But any topics y'all want to talk about, bring it in. Yes, our pod is about reaching our higher selves, because I can't lie, that's where I'm at right now. I'm trying to reach the next level of who I am in my identity. I'm 23, and I can't lie, 24 is scaring me. 24 is scaring me only in a sense of, because I know it's right around the corner, and I'm just like, I don't feel prepared. And maybe that's a universal feeling. I don't know, let me know. But I just feel like I don't feel prepared to be 24. Because what I envisioned 24 to be like when I was a kid is nowhere near who I am today. And you know what? That's also understandable on a sense of, oh yeah, but children don't really have the real perspective of life and how it works out. But my child's dream can still be a reality. I just have to work to make it happen. So here I am, working to make it happen. I'm in my 20-somethings. And like I said, I might be on here and I might give you some advice. If it works for you, great. If it doesn't, great, because at least you know what works for you, what doesn't. And if we decide to commit to a path and it doesn't work out, great, we've learned a lesson. I'm in my 20-somethings. I don't have all the answers. I've not lived my whole life yet. Do you know what I mean? So let's all come together and figure it out together. That's what this pod is about. Oh, also to mention, because I always say this not on the pod, but this pod, even though I might share it on like Instagram, we have an Instagram, we're on Spotify, and we're on the YouTube. Quarter life crisis. Word. 25 is the only one you should worry about. Quarter life crisis. I'm having it now, Steph. Steph, I'm having it now. I don't even know if this one's a quarter. What is this one? I don't know. But yeah, I always mention this on everything else. But even though my pod, which is called Podding with Tea, I really like the name. It's cute. Pods of Tea. It's cute. Podding with Tea. Even though we have an Insta, Spotify, and YouTube. That's mostly to accommodate people on different platforms. I know someone reached out, I think it was Stone, who reached out to me talking about trying to get on Apple. I will see, only because to put it on Apple, I have to share like my email publicly. And it's actually the email, I'm not going to say what I use that email for, but I just use it for some stuff. So I don't really want that email to be public. So we will see. Whatchamacallit? But yeah, I always say this, not on the pod, but yeah, even though we have all these platforms for the pod, this isn't about clout for me. Same with Twitch, for y'all watching on Twitch right now. This isn't about clout for me. Doing Twitch, doing the podcast is not about clout. I honestly could not give a damn. I couldn't give a damn whether we blow or not, because for me, it's about if I can help one person through this, then I'm happy, because there have been so many times where I wish I had someone to just speak to, where I wish I had someone to just, you know, tell me, listen sis, we're all going through it, we're okay, but not just we're okay, because that's lovely, that's great, but what the fuck do I do? I wish I had someone telling me what the fuck I can do or I can try, and there's so much information out there. So yes, go and look for it. But also it's just like, I'm just like, they're not really giving me the message how I want it, so I want to become someone like that for people. And whether that's one person, 2 people, I'm just happy it helped someone. Whether that's 1 minute in the clip, 2 minutes, I generally don't care. I just hope it helps someone. So yeah, Hey. Lil sis, hi Wise. Wise, it's been a minute. Oh, Steph, thank you. Love Steph. Wise, how are you? We're just wrapping up the pod. But yeah, that's why I'm doing it. So yeah, same with Twitch. Twitch, I do it for fun. I do it for fun. And people who watch this, like, I want to take life seriously in the parts where you need to lock in. But also, I want to actually enjoy the enjoyments. Do you know what I mean? Some people don't believe that, you know. Some people don't understand how, like, what you're doing Twitch for fun. Why would you spend all this money on equipment? Because why wouldn't I? What? Why wouldn't I? You should invest into your future as much as you invest into your enjoyment. Vice versa. Vice versa. Peaceful chat. Peace chat. Oh, we love Wise. But yeah, man, that's the end of the pod for people them on the Spotify and that. Yeah. I hope you're having a good day. I hope this pod helped you in some way. I hope any segment of it was useful to you. Like I said, I am human. I'm in my 20-somethings. I'm gonna fuck up. I'm gonna make mistakes. Again, the swearing. I'm sorry for the kids. I'm gonna mess up. But I'm gonna figure it out. Because we ain't got no choice. The clocks keep turning. The days keep moving. We gotta figure it out one way or another. We gotta keep it pushing. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Follow up the socials. Join the Discord. Join Discord. Discord's really the one. Discord is really where I be communicating with people the most. So yeah, Discord will let you know when I'm streaming. I would just be talking to you guys. You guys will like, can't like, people on Discord are the ones who like give me suggestions of like, Glovo gave me the suggestion of badges. So when you see bit badges, shout out Glovo. Like, Twitch and Discord really be the ones dictating how I maneuver. So shout out them. Shout out them. Shout out you, Gloves. But yeah, that's the end of Spotify and YouTube. Over and out. Peace.